Welcome to the show. All Things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Blue and white pride. Bulldogs for life. Dogfather here. Gas by my side. Dogfather and Gas, Bulldogs to the core. Bulldog spirit, strong and true. Blue and white, through and through. G-Day Doggies fans, welcome to the show. All Things Bulldogs. Here we go, here we go. Hey, here we go. Hey,
G'day, Doggies fans, All Things Bulldogs. It's episode 29, round 12, Team Tuesday. Lots happening. Melbourne Storm Friday. Origin teams announced. We go through it all. How are you going, Gas? Welcome.
All good. How are we all? Hope everyone's going well. Origin teams have been named. Bulldogs teams have been named. And we got our 2000th game against the Melbourne Storm.
That's it.
Although I'm still a bit disappointed. I haven't seen anything coming out of the Bulldogs about that game yet. Not sure why they haven't recognised it or promoted it or done something. I mean, it's a good opportunity to try to get some more people through the gates.
Big opportunity, miss. But welcome everybody so far. We've got Michael Boddy. Welcome to you. Tony's here. He's saying Montoya in for Sewer straight up. We'll get in. Brian's here. G'day, Brian. G'day, Dave. How you going, brother? Lucas, Amir, Sayed, welcome to you. We'll wait for a few more people to get on and we will start getting into it. We're going to do a bit of stuff tonight, guys. Started looking at the rosters for next year. So from what I can see, there's 20 people that are definitely there already. And obviously there'll be a few others that the club know about already. So probably looking for about 8 players from within the club, from external from the club, and probably from outside of the current top 30 that get upgraded outside of the ones that are already being upgraded. So look, for me, they're not Bulldogs till they're Bulldogs, and I don't look at them that way. But I try and look at it. We'll go through different positions, some of the players available, and some of the players that I think could be Bulldogs at the right price. As far as prestige signings go, we've probably got more prestige in our team that's on the market at the moment, which is debatable. But there we go. G'day, Aki. Welcome to you. G'day, James Formosa and Matty Warren. G-Day, everyone. Let you be the first not to complain about everything.
Look at this little one, mate. I had this done by a computer today. This little program at
What's
the
it say?
conference I was at.
Ah. Is that Aki, is it?
That's I stuck the photo in front of it and it selected it. A little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Technology, mate.
So Brian's already put $10 in for tonight. Well done, Brian. Get us started, matey.
Thanks, Brian.
Welcome. There's quite a few podcasts going on at the moment. There'll be a big James Graham tomorrow with Gus Gould.
Oh,
answering all the questions, he said. So we'll see how we go with that. But look, I don't think he's going to tell you much more than what we already know. It's all narrative. They tell him to shut up when he talks. Then when he doesn't talk, everyone demands answers. It's like, okay, tokenism. But anyway, guys, what's happening? What is happening? Sorry, I've just had a little bit of indigestion.
No, you're right, mate.
Just
Don't die.
Just 5Ks before I got in here. So, and it's my birthday tomorrow, guys. So pay up.
Hey, pay up, guys.
Get it into you. Come on. All right, let's start talking, shall we?
Looks like you got a fresh haircut for the birthday, mate.
Yeah, buddy. Fresh as, mate.
Low
Fresh
and slow.
as.
Low and slow.
So people will start jumping over shortly, guys. We're on the horizontal YouTube and the vertical. I haven't gone Instagram tonight. I just wanted to see if the performance of the stream worked a little bit better without that. Have we got the comments on the stage at the moment? I might whack them on there as well for people to see. Christopher Barclay's here. Who else is here? Just waiting for a few more people, guys, and then we'll get stuck into it. So, Gas, what's your thoughts on the New South Wales side? Just briefly.
Yeah, actually, I'm okay with it. To be honest, I'm okay with that team. It's I mean, look, it's you can make a lot of decisions and be 50-50 on a lot of them, but it's I would have still had Preston in the team. Just my selfishness. I still think he did enough this year and last year to be in the team, but you know, some of the players that were picked ahead of him were in form. So again, I've got no complaints. But yeah, I mean, it should be a good enough team to really put up a fight both ways. But last year we won game one and we lost the series, so we really got to get the game one again and then try to wrap it up in game two.
That's it.
You know, so away before we get to Suncorp for game three. So try to have it solved. But I can see what Laurie's trying to do. He's trying to put a team in there that's going to play based on the rules that are currently being played, the game that's been played, not too many huge bodies. It's funny how that works. Everyone keeps talking about big bodies, Michael, yet here's our New South Wales and Queensland coaches not picking too many bigger bodies in their teams, running some more mobile people. But, yeah.
Look, I think Queensland's got a bigger side than New South Wales.
Yeah.
A lot of people couldn't understand the Saifidi selection. Few people carrying on about that, but look, he's in good form. He's actually playing well at the moment.
Team's going well. Who would they want instead?
Exactly.
Payne Haas?
Well, I think Max King's probably, a bit raw to go back into that arena. Probably hasn't earned it or doesn't deserve it at this point. And that's not saying he's playing bad. It's saying he got injured and he's behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I'll do a New South Wales Origin one probably in a couple of days. See how we go. We'll dedicate it all to Origin. But I still think as much as I hate to say, I just still think the Blues just don't get it the same way. And it's a little bit disappointing. I just think that some of the selections were just ridiculous. But that's just my thought.
Lucas has contributed $20 to your happy birthday pay ID, mate.
Thanks, Lucas. You've absolutely wonderful, mate. And you've also contributed some to our charities as well. Same with everybody here at the moment. Lots of contributions, some good friendships as well, good chatting. So let's keep this going. Really appreciate it, guys. It is a tough time at the moment. So
there's a great comment here from Brian, mate. Best news is Berto is not 18th man.
It's not too late.
3
people
man,
go
19th
down.
Man, 20th man, 21st man. They could do anything these days.
Mitch Moses cracks a fingernail. He's out. Lil Boy declares his allegiance to Papua New Guinea. I don't know. Birdo's here. And then they pick, they'll pick someone left field and then bring Birdo in to cover them. They'll put the young fella in. Strange. He'll get elevated and Birdo will get brought into the squad.
Yeah, no, I still don't think so, mate. That's it.
All right. I think Mike Cool's here already, is he? That'd be a happy 30th birthday, Mickey saying. And Shawnee's back. Scary 79. Good to see you, my friend. I know it's been painful, brother. No, it's been painful. You go through all the chats there for a second and then we'll get stuck into it.
And for those of you who won the flags in the lead up to Vegas, just so you know, all 5 flags have been signed. Yep. So those are already, some of those have already started to make their way to their respective parties. So I think last week I handed that one over to Michael for Andy in Queensland, and then the other guys will come across to you. So if anybody's going to be at the Bulldogs game on Friday, I can have them there as well for those of you who are coming. I think Scary, I think you might have one as well. If you're not coming, we can have yours sent to you. There's also a prize for Mike Cool. You've got your prize. There you go, waiting to get that. I'll get that to you on Friday, mate. So let me know when you're there, mate. We'll catch up.
And get some photos as well, mate. Get some photos.
Yeah, no worries.
I was thinking of doing like a big thing with all the, I had this thing I want to do and get everyone's photos on it. And
no worries, mate. That's why we always get the photos, mate.
Part of our community thing that I want to do.
G'day, John, Brian. Great to see Kiraz back. Can't wait to get to Acor Friday night. Yes, we're all keen and ready to go.
Pour me some Shiraz, King Kiraz.
Happy 30th birthday, by the way, Mick. There you go, mate.
Thank you. Thank you, Mick. Mikhail.
There you go, mate.
Actually, I spoke to Jethro about you, Mikhail, too.
Brian's throwing another 10 for your birthday, mate. Hey, Mick, Brian's throwing in another 10 for your birthday, mate.
Oh,
check your pay ID, mate.
Thank you very much, mate.
That's a few more entries into the jersey draw, guys.
The clowns are coming out saying doggies should follow the Dragons lead with the members forum. The Red V have lost 15 in a row, for God's sake. What about Melbourne losing 7 in a row? Did they have a members meeting?
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Much appreciated, brother. So, and guys, these are all giving you tickets into the draw for the jersey, by the way. So much appreciated. Every $5 is a ticket. If you're a monthly member, you get an extra ticket. For every contribution you make on the day. So
it's been raining today, so training has been cancelled, is why Mike Cool is here so early, mate. Okay. Okay. So
Mike's playing rugby league now, aren't you, mate?
there you go.
I
G'day,
got
Hush.
inspired. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, it feels nice to be early. Scary. Yeah, great news on the Flags. Just needed a break. The stress of the game was getting to me, and my neighbours enjoyed the break, I think, with me yelling at the TV. Yeah, there's been a lot of, I think JB Hi-Fi and all those other ones have been very, very busy lately with a lot of replacement TVs, apparently. So thanks a lot for your support. There's old fella Dave.
Thanks, guys. Unbelievable,
And
mate.
Scary, some more support there. Well done, guys.
Some
Thanks for your
Muhammad
support.
Ali.
Do you want to put your pay ID there? John's looking for your pay ID, mate, to flick you some coin.
I'll send him a message, mate. All right. Well, look, it's just here, guys. But
You can only get stalked so much, mate. You'll be right.
well, they're going to get a big surprise.
There you go, guys. On the screen now, if anybody wants to do a pay ID, so it all comes through. Every $5 gets you an entry also into the jersey draw, guys. So
we'll get into these questions soon, people. And just remembering that portion of this money, basically half of the money after expenses, I'm going to throw back into Walking for Autism.
that's it, guys.
So, look, we're over 50 watching now, guys, which is awesome. We'll have our little 50 peeps in the house. I've got the team list going down the bottom there, scrolling across. I might actually get the New South Wales Cup, Ron Massey and Jersey Flag. And a lot of changes there at the moment. I need to do a bit of investigation around some of the guys missing. But we've got a few people as TBC and Ron Massey, which would indicate to me that obviously some players from NRL will drop back to Cup players will drop back to Flag player or Ron Massey. Same with Flag going back to Ron Massey as well. So what are we up to, guys? Heinz is asking about Michael Nasser. He played fullback in his last game and did quite well, and he's been elevated to New South Wales Cup. Don't know what's happening with Cooper Toy, and I need to find out what's happening with Tay Cochran if he's got an injury or something.
Brian's brother-in-law is a plasterer because he's been putting holes in his wall to save on TVs. That's the plan B, guys. If you got the old Gibrock, that's can be mended.
Finau Latu will make his New South Wales Cup entrance at lock this week. Finau named to start at lock in New South Wales Cup. So the troops are developing. The troops are coming. Still getting a lot of carry on about Team Tuesday. A lot of people just don't even, I wrote a fair few times this week. Jamin Salmon, 115 meters, 41 tackles, passing better than pretty much everyone else in the spine at the moment. I think the moment where he got hammered from the inside off that hospital pass by Adam Fanua-Blake was the impetus for the majority of people to say what's the kennel. So Elmo's saying that Connor Tracy shit the bed. I nearly said that silently the other day. Pretty much everyone, Jamin, they've all shit the bed apparently. So lovely language to use about our players. But that's all right. There's a big audience for people that want to hear other people getting frustrated. And I'm going to get some frustration out here too, because the rot needs to stop this week, guys. This team needs to go out there and smash Melbourne. I will be pissed off, and I will be suggesting, why isn't there that intent to offload early when you got people who can do it? Right? They're weakened. Now, if we get beaten and we go out there and play with intent and without fear and still lose, I've got no problem with that. But the last few weeks, the guys are playing like there's too much consequence if they fail. And that has been a massive issue for us.
Yep.
In all the contested possessions on high balls, and we've been punished for literally 90% of them. It's unbelievable. Like, I've never seen anything like it. The amount of times teams are executing those plays. But you know what it's coming from? Because they're hungrier. They've shown more hunger than our team in those moments. And I think it just comes down to they know how much is at stake. Maybe some of them didn't believe they were as good as they were. Maybe that doubt's crept in. They thought they were better than they were, or they never actually believed it. You see, and this is where coaches like the Wayne Bennett's and that have always succeeded, especially getting people up for certain matches and stuff. Like if it's like a certain game that they're going to be there to win, it's about he makes people believe in stuff from all the stuff I've read and heard. So I'm hoping that's what our coach is able to do and learning how to do. Now, one big rap I'm going to give as well is to Luke Vella, because his whole role is to get those kids transitioning from junior footy into senior footy as that assistant coach. And you just have to congratulate. Like, I know Jonathan Sewer, many people want to kick him to the curb already, and now, and I can understand it, especially if he's leaving the club on a better offer than what our club would be able to offer him. I'm pretty sure, but he still may be staying. Like, it's sort of gone quiet in that regard. I still feel he's taken 2 carries a couple of times on sets. He's trying his heart out, but I can see that confidence dip up and down throughout games. And he's another one where I feel he's not going into it with full intensity and confidence for those type of things. They're definitely working on it. They're working hard on it at the training. But we just need to see that greater intent. For me, greater intent. If they lose by 30 with greater intent, I don't care. I'll care on the night, but as I always said, people want to talk about, mediocrity and setting great standards. Like, fuck me. Who am I to tell people to be, when you get to a point of self-actualization, going through any sort of, hierarchy of motivation and stuff, if you're in a position where you can help other people and you're 100% happy with what you're doing, then you've got the right to criticize the way and provide advice. People sitting in their fucking bedrooms telling people, telling these footballers how they should act and stuff like that, and calling them names. Like, anyway, guys, I want to see this team. What's he say, that St. George fella? Make a statement. They got to make a statement. They do, Gas. It has to happen this week.
Enough is enough, mate. We're even favourites for the game, coming off 5 losses in a row. So go figure. And they've only had 3 outs. Munster, Grant, and Liero, the only 3 that have dropped out of their team.
Yeah.
Still got a good team out there as well. And a great halfback.
And all that.
And a great halfback.
Yep. He's been left out.
Yep.
But so Max King. Max King should be feeling like they've left me out.
Yep.
Fuck these lot. I'm going to smash these fuckers.
And I thought Kurt Mann was unlucky. He was in a winning Origin team, and I thought he was played well the other day. He's been playing well. So I know he had the suspension, but yeah. Anyway,
he made a difference, Kurt. He made a difference to that Queensland side. I don't care what. If you go and watch that again, he was involved in plays which led to them, scoring points.
Yep.
He had an influence on the scoreboard, not just the way he went about business. Like, his passing hasn't been as good this year. teams are sort of caught on what his role is and what he's doing. So they're up in his face and they're daring him to sort of change that point. But he's still done it successfully a few times. He's not going to get it every time. I think the passing needs to get back to where it was. But as far as the way he's hitting blokes, when you're there live and you're watching it, and I've had that luxury the last, 3 of the last 4 weeks, Kurt Mann makes noises and you hear noises coming out of the blokes that he hits, even in those big crowds, man. He snaps people, man. He's ferocious. And the reason he can do that is because he comes off the bench. What's up next? What's happening?
I think you spoke about Michael Nisa before. How's he going?
He's going good.
Quick question. Why did we get rid of Joash Papali? He's a gun.
Getting rid of... I don't really like talking about Joash, just out of respect to Pele, his father. And I have a little bit of information from what I've been told, one side of the story. So I'd rather not talk about it. The fact of the matter is, it's just one of those things. Parramatta, in that rebuilding phase, they went and signed Iongi and signed a backup in Joash. And he's got great energy. There was obviously some things with the Bulldogs that they weren't quite happy with or weren't happy enough with. And he made the decision. He also went for the Eels. Like, his dad's a Bulldog supporter, but Joash has always been an Eels supporter. So he's there with the Fox and Jordan come along as well. So, look, we've got to stop looking at everyone we let go. The only one that I ever look at that we let go is Jonathan Thurston. That's the only one I sit there and go, we let him go. I remember the West Tigers couldn't believe they let Andrew Fafita go. Like, he was a bloke who was faster than all the backs and 10 times as bigger than him with a left and right step and could offload, and they let him go.
What about Moses and Tedesco for the Tigers?
Well, they're obvious. Like, Wests have got a whole resume.
That's right. They're the experts
People
at
they
this.
let go.
They're the best ones at this. Yeah.
I was sad that Paul Dunn went to Penrith. But sad when Eastwood left the first time, but he come back. So he sort of come to us from the Broncos.
I was disappointed Cement left, mate. Went to Manly.
Oh, that hurt me.
That's right.
But they all left.
Yep.
And the Big Five or the Big Four in 1990.
Yep.
1995.
Yeah, Smith, McCracken, Payne, and Dimmick.
Yeah. So maybe I'm not, but I guess that was different with the Super League war. But when I'm talking about actual decisions made to let a person go, Jonathan Thurston's the one that just bites. He only won one premiership and got runner up.
No, he won two. He won two premierships.
Yeah,
one with us,
the Bulldogs.
One with us, one with them. Yeah.
Gave his ring away, so it doesn't count. Pricey one.
Latu, you said he's in the team this week, so that's the news on him.
Yep.
Mickey, Michael Nisa does have some speed from what we've seen.
Got a bit of speed.
Yep.
He was a halfback. He was playing halfback in the juniors at the Roosters. He's been on the wing for us, played a bit of fullback.
Yep. Scary would probably punch us a wall stud. Maybe just test it first, mate. A few hollow sounds and then go for that one, mate.
Thank
mate.
you, John.
Thanks, John.
Got to record all these.
Yep. Where's Tay, mate? What's going on with Tay? Where's his sister?
I need to. I'm going to send her a message.
See what's going on there. He's just not been selected anywhere. I don't know if he's got an injury or what's going on.
He must have an injury or something.
Why do people hate the Dogs so much? Because it's the tall poppy syndrome. They don't like teams that have big supporter bases, and when they do well, everyone's jumping out of their skin, celebrating on Burwood Road, all these sorts of things.
And
people
they don't like multiculturalism either.
Yeah. So people don't like that kind of stuff. So, so that's Brian's not down on his lower grades. What's the order of the levels, Michael? You want to give him the orders of the levels? So you've got first grade, New South
So
Wales
first
Cup,
grade, New
Jersey
South Wales
Flag,
Cup, Jersey Flag, then Ron Massey, then SG
SG
Ball,
Ball.
Harold Matthews,
Yep.
and girls.
They have their own tiers as well.
Yep.
So, any news on Kate Dykes? Well, I think from what you can see there, he's been named to play fullback for the Cup this week. So
And CJ Uday is on the wing for
there you
Jersey
go.
Flag.
And CJ
Marcellus. Yep.
had a good result as well, playing on the weekend
For City.
in the
Yep.
Reps. So
100%.
well done to CJ and Mum. Other Sydney clubs don't get so much negative attention. Yeah, it's we're easy targets. G'day, Andy. Hope you're well, buddy. Scary. 100% agree. My frustration with the boys has come from looking like they have given up on the game and stopped trying, just to go through the motion. Well, to be in fairness to that comment, they really could have had 60 put against last week, and they came out in the second half and actually played a bit, and won the second half and kept trying all the way until they got their pants pulled down trying to score in the last minute. So, yeah, look, it just might look like that. Unfortunately,
The head drops down with a few players, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But one of the big things, like people, I've heard people say, oh, they look like they've got issues behind the scenes and rah 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 rah, and I'm like, well, just by the way they look on the field, because that's all they're really seeing. And then I'm like, well, I just watched 5 other fucking games where 5 teams lost by more than 22 points. And they all look pretty bloody down on themselves, I can tell you that much. And there was quite a few sides down by over 20 points at half time. So it's and then it's like, oh, but we've lost 5 in a row. I know we've lost 5 in a friggin' row. I'm not saying it's good, but I'll take anything at the moment.
And just to remind you guys again, like I said on the review, the teams coming 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th were last year's top 4 teams. So it's not just a Bulldog problem. Yes, we're having our own challenges, but it's not just a Bulldog problem. Don't forget, guys, if anybody wants to see a game this week on a Saturday, if you can go out to the game on Friday night, the Bulldogs are playing on Saturday in the New South Wales Cup at Belmore Sports Ground at 2:30 against the Warriors. So we're currently sitting 9th against the Storm, who are currently dead last. So maybe we might get a win there as well. Let's hope
New South Wales Cup.
New South Wales Cup. But look, guys, I'm sure that the crowd at Belmore would be bigger than usual if the first grade team can get the job done in our 2000s game on Friday night. So, but to me, that sounds like a good idea on Saturday, 2:30 at Belmore. Shoei is saying that Kennel's saying Ciraldo and Vela, big argument regarding the treatment of Galvin in his 7 role. Are you hearing that, boys?
That's typical fucking kennel.net making shit up. These WhatsApp groups and stuff. It's one of the most repulsive places. You go there and try and get a conversation going. It's just rancidly crap. But good on them for building a massive. Well, there's a lot of people on it, but you probably got not that many that are just constantly on there, and they're just rancid. They just start lies and rumors. And as I said, there's people that go in there deliberately starting rumors to use as their own sources. That's how pathetic it is sometimes.
Yeah, disappointing to see, guys, that people sometimes thrive on the negativity rather than on positivity. So just goes to show what people are like sometimes, unfortunately.
So Luke Vella, to suggest that Luke Vella is having an issue with the coach because basically they're trying to say because they're making him play 7. Like, that's absolute dribble. He wouldn't do that to the club, nor would he do that to Lachlan Galvin and make some issue out of that. His role is helping those kids get ready for, they're all involved in that, but that transition, that assistant strategic, the way that they go about it. Sorry, my bloody mouth's not working today. The way that they go about it in order to get those kids right on game day for NRL. Now, especially, and this is what I say, the guys who started and got their first go from the juniors this year have not let themselves down or our club down. And that's for a good reason. Now, I know that everyone thinks, okay, well, if we go and get all of those kids and just throw them all in now, we'll be right. And it can't be any worse, and they'll get better and better, and then they'll be fine. No, that's not how it works. That's what clubs do when they don't see anything good happening for 10 years. And they've got really bad problems and they've got to clean the joint out. We're not like that at all. So, yeah. I get it that people want to see a bit of change, but there is change. Every time there is a change to the lineup each week, Gas, that's a change. It's, we need to show a bit more resilience and we need to be a bit better. But, yeah. Anyway.
Let's keep moving. Brian saying, I think Sue's still on the line of being or not being able to play NRL every week. I think he looks like he's getting a little bit tired. Yeah, I think like Michael, we mentioned the other day, he lost his confidence a little bit with that non-pass and non-try against the Cowboys that would have put us in front. And maybe it's just a bit of residual sort of confidence since there. Harsh is saying it's only up from here, and Michael wants to see a statement, and Mick Cool is saying right now wants to see a statement as well. So, yeah, mate, we're all feeling that. Let's go. Let's get out there. Queensland definitely looking better when men came on last year. Yes, I agree. We are not far from a win. Just need a few things to stick, but that Galvin bomb try has summed up our season so far. Pretty much it's just the way that when things are going against you, they're going against you. It's, and like I've said before, it can happen in any sport, anything you do. When things are just, you're having a bad run. It just happens. And at the moment, from whatever we're trying, whatever we're doing, whatever's going against us, it just continues to happen. 5 games in a row, we're getting breaks that are just falling away from us and not working in our favor. So we just need one thing to flip to hopefully get it back on track. Someone
sent me a betting slip, which they would have won $800 and all. And it just said the only box unticked was Galvin to score an anytime try. So
they had their pants pulled down as well.
Basically, so as he's running over with 1 minute to go, they've won, and it's come out.
Tough. That's why you don't gamble, guys. Save your money.
Gamble responsibly.
What about Benny Barber? Yeah, what about Benny? Should we bring back Langmack and Gillespie? G'day, Bulldog Mike, 75. The thing that hurts is we let go of that to keep Braith. Yeah, we know, mate. We know. Yeah, he had a lot of ceremony around him, Braith, all that good, looking good, trying to be the whole big thing and, the nephew of a famous player, etc. I've had enough. No more excuses. Dogs need this one to turn our season around. Well, look, Melbourne have won 2 games in a row now, and no one's really talking about the 7 losses in a row anymore. You know what I mean? It'll just come up as context now through the season. But that's it. To them, it's $7 million spine that just set up that try, and it's all the positives now, guys. It's all love and positives and good stuff. So, Damien Cook is another one we let go that I've always wondered about as well. Just as he was
I'll add
getting,
that.
just as he was getting into his stride with us, and he went, yep. Dogs let many good players go. I think it happens to all teams, and it's a vicious cycle as well with the salary cap and everything else. You have to make decisions, and sometimes we make decisions, and like every team, based on information that's available at the time, players' form, managers' requests, all these certain things, and then you just got to go from there. It's Nico Mealy. How's he going? Well, we can find out this week. We can find out this week.
It's going all right in the centres.
Amir is asking why Connor Tracy is still in the side. He's had a big enough sample size to see he hasn't been performing and costing us.
There's just no other option at the moment. And and as I said about the fullbacks, we were the best defensive side in the comp. Your fullback plays a massive part in that. So to just throw it's a massive change to make, changing your fullback. It's a massive change. And whilst I've been very disappointed with the mistakes. I think it's until you sort of can say, okay, Dykes is ready to come in, physically ready, because it's such a demanding position, or Critter's physically able to move there. And they basically acknowledge, okay, Connor needs to go back to Cup and work his way back. That's always such a critical position. People go back to the Hayes Perham thing, but we didn't really have another alternative there. People will say Jake Averillo. Well, Averillo did all that training to play right centre and had a really good season in 23. It's sort of a hard thing. I think they had Braden Burns backing up as fullback that year as well a couple of times. So it's like it's a really big deal to change your fullback, and I don't think it doesn't send the message that you want either. Like, I think it just says we've given up on one of our main blokes, and that's a really big deal. So I don't envy their position. And the fact is, if he's still doing all the things the right way with his preparation and everything like that, or there could be something else behind the scenes that we don't know about. I don't know what it is, but it's not an excuse. I'm just saying, if he gets another opportunity to resurrect it and we go out there and get a win, that noise goes away as well. So, but we're getting to the point now where we have to see some things. And look, I still leave it with them. Whatever they decide's best is best. They're the professionals. The only reason you got an Adam O'Brien bashing the fucking window is because we're the only team that talks about assistant coaches like it's relevant. We've got some great people in our system. Dave Furner's still getting a good job, isn't he? He still gets jobs. He was the assistant to Trent Barrett.
Right, he's now looking after pathways at the Rabbitohs.
There you go. And rightfully so. Who's just another $10 in?
Your mate, Mr. Webber. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you, Petey. I want you to sing me a song as well. Get a song cranking. When I woke up this morning.
Maddie's asking, is there a better way to join other than YouTube? He'd prefer you get all of it. I'm not sure. Joining maybe as a member, you might need to still do on YouTube, but to make your weekly contributions or whatever it is, your frequency, you can do the pay ID that Michael just put up, or what's that up there, the buy me a coffee or some of these other ones that get. But
Patreon, Patreon's actually a lot better than buy me a coffee. I didn't buy me a coffee, hit you twice, but look, I'm not complaining, but pay ID goes straight to the account.
Pay ID seems to be the the
All this money gets declared too, by the way, Mr. Taxman.
yeah, Michael doesn't take shortcuts, guys. So here's the pay ID there again, guys. If you want to do any support there as well. So don't forget, guys, anything you do, each $5 you do gets you an additional entry to win a Bulldogs 2026 jersey. And also you can see that green shirt behind Michael and the support there for the autism. So what are we today? On the 19th. We haven't missed a day. We've been hitting our steps every day, going for our walks, myself, Michael, and Dave, to basically raise money for that cause. So sometimes I finish the podcast and still go out for a walk just to make sure we hit the steps, guys. No shortcuts here. The Apple Watch doesn't lie, guys.
I'm just getting up my health thing.
Yep. Check your private chat, mate.
Yeah, I deleted him.
Yep. Done. Okay. G'day, peacefully knocked out. Hi, how you doing? Thoughts on potential Verrill signing? I think it could be a good depth signing, allow youth stocks to time develop. So when we start talking about our future roster discussion, we'll have a discussion about that as well. Heinz is saying the Gold Coast are open to a player swap.
That's just me. Steps today, 10,500.
Open to a player swap between Cherry. What's your thoughts on that? We'll talk about that shortly as well. Friday night, Connor Tracy ran for over 180 meters. His issues lost confidence in kick defusal. We have to find a way to fix that and get more support. It might just be that he goes up for a big contested one and says, you know what? If I lose it, I'll lose it, but I'm not gonna die wandering. So just get up there, and then he'll take a great one, and then he'll just catch his mojo again. That's all it might take, guys. You know, when you're that good and you're practicing at training, you're doing it all, you don't just forget how to do it. It just becomes this mind thing. I mean, I'll refer to golf. Anyone who's ever, and I won't say it, anyone who's ever had the unmentionables, and if you play golf, you know what I'm talking about. When you stand over that ball and you're looking down and you're worried about hitting that shot and then hitting the hosel and the ball going one way, it's in your head, guys. And it happens. It's happened to me many times. It's like anything in sport. It's in your head. You might go to do what you want to do and get everything ready, and then it's like a tennis player. You just think you're going to hit the shot and you hit the frame or whatever it might be. So it's all the sports are the same, guys. If it's in your head, you can have the heebie-jeebies is the easier way to call it.
G'day, Mike. Hope you are recovering, brother. Hope you are recovering well, mate. Good to see you on here, bro.
Yep, all good, mate.
And you're in the draw for a jersey, mate.
There you go. 3 entries, plus if he's a member, he gets a bonus.
He gets bonuses. I think he's a member of about 3 different things. So thank you so much, mate.
How to stop Cooper Clark. Okay. I didn't watch the full game last week as I had family to go to. Sometimes you probably do yourself a favor like that. It hurts less. No time to stew on the last game. Time to get behind the boys, support them this week. 100% Andy. Aki, mate. We'll go and see that game on Saturday, mate. I would not believe a thing that comes out of the kennel. Absolute gronks.
They are.
And kennel, yes, they're look, look, I'm guessing for every type of avenue people, there's a type of listener that wants to hear that avenue as well, I guess. Thankfully for us, all of you who come on here are supportive, give us great feedback, talk about the things that we want to talk about. And, we can all have our debates and our, discussion about players who we want, coaches, etc., whatever's going on. But everyone's respectful and everyone does it in the right way. Same result, but in a lot nicer way without having to, reach levels of absolute, mediocrity.
That's
You
it.
know, and unfortunately, it's driven in a big sort of poor form from a lot of, not just some of our supporters who do their podcast, but also from the media as well, guys. You know, like there's a lot of them that just have targets on us for whatever reason, whether it's Gus Gould or whether it's just, you know, Dean Ritchie, big example, has lately been really pushing his case against the Bulldogs every opportunity he gets. And the reason for him, and he's openly admitted it, is that he knows the Bulldog supporters don't like him. He knows that he's got a bad reputation with the Bulldog supporters. So what does he do? He tries to, when things are going good, he tries to drum it up and do stuff. And, you know, reached out to me and asked me for my comments for an article and stuff like that, knowing I'm a Bulldog supporter. But when things are going bad, he's the first one to drive every stake and knife he can through everyone's back, and then shout it from the rooftops and everything. You know, forgetting all about the other teams that might be just focusing on the Dogs. You know, between him and Crawley, it's extremely disappointing. Just feed off each other, but that's the way that it is, guys. What are they trying to do? Clicks. All they want to do is get clicks and subscribe to their telegraphs and everything else and whatever. That's all they're trying to do, guys. So I wouldn't worry too much about them. Top 4 teams last year at the bottom table can't all be because of Sexton and Marnie left. Yes, that's right. G'day, Lockie.
G'day, Lockie.
Hope you're going to be there Friday, mate. If you get there
I just
before
want
me,
to answer Andy on that other question that I put up.
Go for it, mate.
Yeah, 100% agree, mate. I think someone asked a question about it, that they suggested it, and that's where they would have heard it. So you just sort of got to let people know that all these, you know, as a Bulldogs fan, if I see a Bulldogs group, maybe someone there knows something like I go everywhere for info. But what I've learned is that it's just the same shit everywhere, basically. You're getting something different from us. That's the main thing.
You just got to filter it, guys, and see what is comfortable for you.
That's it. And it can't be all because of Sexton. Exactly. Very wise comment. Bulldogs, Nick, welcome to you. Who's the head of recruitment guy? And Craig's saying Ayub is left. So Ayub's gone to PNG. He's the son of Sam Ayub, who's Gus Gould's one of his great friends. He's the father of Liam. I'm pretty sure they don't get on too well, Sam and Liam, which is why it was all right to have Liam as our recruitment manager. But now he's gone to PNG, obviously got some good money coin to go over there because he's good at his job. I'd say he worked for his dad as well.
Wasn't Shamus close to his father as well?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And Shamus isn't close to Isaac.
All those wogs stick together, mate. Congratulations to Jack Underhill keeping his spot on the bench. Played well last week. Hopefully him and AJ on the field together. Yeah, and obviously the only 2 changes from this week obviously were Critter and Lipboy dropping out, guys. So from that, so good to see some of those youngsters putting their hand up. Sometimes you just need that fresh blood to get a bit more excitement. Yeah, Heinzie, Matty's saying that he looked solid, made 100 decoy runs. You know what? It's those efforts that people don't even recognize, that you don't see. They're just as important, guys. You know, you got to be in that position. You got to do the right thing to set up for someone else.
As soon as he come on, I think we got a penalty. We're down in there on their line, and he ran 5 decoys to start the match. So, yeah. I'm like, if they gave him the ball, he would have fucking scored too, by the way. Just quietly.
We should get Matt Duffy for a year or 2.
Been there, done that, mate.
Yep. Kiraz is back. Let's go. That's it. G'day, Mike FSFJU. How you doing, mate? Well,
Great
let's
to
hope
see
we
you, mate.
do as well as we did the last time without Critter, guys, like we did against the Panthers.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Must win this week to get the start getting the season back on track. Yeah, look, guys, our assistant coach, guys, you do realize that he did win 10 games in a row, only a couple of years ago. So, if that starts to happen, it's going to be all on him, right? So let's see how that goes. I'd like to see that. Yeah, another happy birthday, Mick.
Thank you so much,
Jersey
mate.
flag centre Marcelos Lacopa has a cool and different name. Is he a young player coming through?
Yeah, Marcellus was in the SG ball team. He's pretty talented. They obviously think very highly of him. So they brought him back from injury over some other guys. And him and CJ are in that Jersey flag side this week, which is really good.
G'day, Jack.
G'day, Jack. Been a while.
Curious what you guys think with the impending push for Adam O'Brien's exit. I'm not sure who that's coming from, mate. I think that's coming from noise, not from inside the club. Wouldn't Ennis be a great steal now he's available? Think he would be the kind of mindset we need.
Well, I don't know, Jack. You could be right. I'm definitely not. This isn't an argument. This is just look. Mick Ennis wasn't happy leaving our club. I think he's a shark. He didn't really. Manly didn't do too good while he was an assistant there.
All the Dragons.
Like if we're going to compare the way we're comparing with Adam O'Brien, right? And then he's just been turf from the Dragons. So look, I think Mick Ennis, and he's also got the fact that he didn't reference that he played 38 games off the bench in his first 50 matches, and was warmed into a hooker role and played in the halves as well. And then was sort of putting this stuff on Bailey Hayward like he should be doing better than he is. Sort of really turned me off, to be honest. Really turned me off him because I just felt that was a chance for him to actually say, like Mitch Kenny was there and he was really balanced the way that he went about it. And they don't really like that, to be honest. They like Mick was doing his job, but I didn't like the fact that he just couldn't stand up and just say, well, look, it was obviously going to take Hayward time. We should be giving him a break. The Bulldogs have made that decision with the future in mind, obviously. It wasn't about winning the comp right away, obviously, which I don't understand. I think he could then say I disagree with that because I think they got some good players and I think they could challenge for a comp. Happy if he says that. But if he came to our club as an assistant, though, and they made that choice, I'd support it. But he'd have to know that if the Dogs don't do well, he'll be slain for it. Yeah, Adam O'Brien, like you've got TikTokers and that blaming him, even from other clubs, TikTokers with followings and stuff. So that noise that Gas was talking about. Simple answer is that I don't think he would be a bad assistant coach, but I don't think Adam O'Brien is a bad assistant coach. I really don't. I think it's a complete overreach. It might just be a case that he might not suit our the way we do things here. He seemed to go all right. It's just funny, if he goes to a place, he went to the Storm and the Roosters and they won comps while he was their assistant in attack. And then people just say, oh, that was all the coach. Okay, all right. So when he's at Newcastle and they make the finals 4 times, yeah, sometimes I felt they underachieved too. But does that mean are we asking what happened with Blake Green? You know, so like I just think it's a.
I think Jack.
I don't think that's going to fix us. Is my point. I don't think it's who the assistant coach is.
Yeah.
Like you want to have that team right,
Mm.
and you want to make it right, but I just I just think it's a complete overreach from everyone.
I think Jack. I think the noise is coming from our own supporters because, the worst thing that the Bulldogs could have done for whatever reason was to actually say that he's coming as an attack coach, which is fine. They're naming. If they'd said he's coming as an assistant coach, I don't think you would have had the same issues that you've got now with what he's doing. Because they've named him as an attacking coach, our supporters and the ones that are making this noise and creating all this fuss just focus on that as if that's the be all and end all. Oh, he's the attacking coach. That's it. That's all they're focusing on. They don't. I mean, when do you ever hear about an attacking coach or any assistant coach getting victimized basically to this point? Like, I can understand his reaction the other day when he hit the glass. Like, I can understand that.
He's going to be the scapegoat.
Yeah.
So you're right there, Jack. That if there is going to be someone who gets moved on, it'll be him because of it. That's why coaches and stuff get sacked. It's usually due to the fact of it's untenable for fans and it affects the overall business. Which is why our club, when they attack our club, it's because the coach, as I said, we sit there and talk about it and go, sometimes you just wish he did. He sacked a certain player 3 weeks ago or 6 of them or whatever, just to shut everyone up, just so we don't have to defend them. And we don't defend for the sake of it. We just know we're not the fucking experts. And there's some pretty good minds in there. And I'm pretty sure if you went and asked, like going back to Salmon, I'm pretty sure if you went and asked Ivan Cleary, if as AAO went down and Salmon was in his 30, who his 13 would be. I'm pretty sure it'd be Jamin Salmon.
Premiership winner.
100%. Like, if he's good enough for their team, why isn't he good enough for ours? I feel he's playing better for us than he did for them.
Yep.
But anyway, that's not going to... I'm not going to get views for that, guys. That's not going to get me views. That's not going to get me likes. It's not going to get me all that shit. It's not going to make our algorithm go further by defending players like that. It comes down to what actual players see. And as I said, current players, commentators and stuff are starting to nitpick and mention certain people's names because they know the fans agree already. Look, you just had to watch Andrew Johns. I know he's been 3-4 weeks in a row. He was like, Galvin this, Galvin that, Galvin this, Galvin that. Now the whole club shouldn't have picked him. He picking him and then us losing has just meant that he's copped it all. Shane Richardson knew this was going to happen. Braithen Aston knows that it was going to happen, and he knew that if the Dogs started losing, he knew how our fans would react, and he knew what the media were going to do. It's so easy. It's the easiest time they've ever had. They could have done so many stories on the fact that the whole top 4 of last year had gone to 11th to 14th. They could have done all those teams equally. They haven't. And then on a State of Origin special, what was the one team they talked about?
The Dogs.
The Dogs.
That's right.
Melbourne didn't have that. No crisis in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Just poor bellyache. And I say that respectfully.
And Mike's saying he's doing well, rest and recovery. That's good to hear, mate. He'll be there on Friday night. Won't be missing our 2000s game, 100%, mate.
Go and see Gas with the Don't Break Defence sign.
Come and see us, guys, in the kennel.
Go see him.
What about giving Dykes a run at fullback, Tracy on the wing? It's not just Tracy's confidence, also his attack that needs work. Tracy knows how to score a meat pie on the wing. Yeah, he had good success doing that at the Sharks.
Look, I don't mind it, but if you can play fullback, you can play wing. That's for sure. That's a fact. So if that's what they decide to do, I'm all for it. But I think that's a confidence thing, and and that whole edge has been messing up, getting things wrong, running in the wrong position 1 or 2 times a game.
Let's hope that it'll take care of itself this week, guys. Let's hope that things go well. They get a bit of confidence, they score a lot of points, get us all excited, and we just keep going from that, and put the rest of the season behind us. But we still beat Penrith, guys. Just keep remembering that one. That one will keep bringing up, guys. If the Rabbitohs can beat the Storm, the Dogs can. Well, I think the Rabbitohs put 50 on them, didn't they? Dykes at fullback, Latu in lock-in cup. Hope they play well too for the future.
100%. 100%.
So Mike Cool had some spare time the other night, and guys, trust me, for him to do this exercise, he had a lot of spare time. He wanted to know how many times we finished on each position on the ladder throughout our history. So we've come first 9 times, second 9 times, third 7 times, fourth 7 times, fifth 8 times, sixth 9 times, seventh 9 times, eight times, ninth 10 times, and 10th 3 times. And then down we get a bit less, thankfully. 11th twice, 12th 14 4 times, 13th only once, never been 14th, and 15th 3 times, and 16th 2 times. And in a 17 comp, we've never got a 17th. So, and I think one of those bottom ones there, guys, was when we had 37 points stripped off us as well.
Yes.
So that was a forced one.
That would have been 10 times that we were actually first.
Correct. That was already wrapped up. So thanks for that, mate. A lot of time, mate. You must have had training cancelled all week. This is the best forum for people who actually love the club. Thanks a lot, Maddie. Thanks, guys, for your support. Leonidas, love the show. Fair and balanced. Regarding the current form, we came 9th in 2025 for attack. This year, we are second last in attack. Our attack has been an issue for some time. Yes.
Yeah, for over a decade.
Yep. So, who's this? South Sydney Teacup, I'm guessing. Season's cooked. Nothing's cooked, man. Where there's life, there's a heartbeat. There's still
you're cooked, bro.
Cooked. I joined most of the Bulldogs pages, not on many of them anymore. Toxic and bad.
As F.
Toxic and bad. Jack Underhill just wanted to be around the ball more than anyone, and that's what we like to see. Yes. And you know what? Now that
he's all effort.
First game under his belt, guys, go out there this week. Like just to give you an example, last week when he was training with the team, the day they were leaving for Brisbane, he wasn't even wearing the Bulldog first grade team colour. So they've got 2 colours. The first graders wear the blue, the New South Wales Cup, the seconds, they wear the white. So he was training with the first grade team, but wearing the white one. So he was sort of a late sort of change of mind or whatever it was, entry into the team. So this week he'll be in the blue with the team and he'll feel it and own it as well. So that'll be exciting for him, guys, to be part of the big boys. I've seen a lot of the other podcasts and streams around the Bulldogs. This is the only one I have time. You guys do a great job and straight and know the facts, in my opinion. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you so much, Sean.
Do our best. How would I know about that white shirt if I wasn't there observing, guys? Sorry. We do our homework as well. Hopefully Mitch Woods can get on the field soon. Well, 3 hamstring injuries, guys. 3 back to back to back. I'm hoping he's getting them all out of the way for the next 20 years. Don't think Ennis is a good fit for the Dogs, just in my opinion. Yes, I think you will not be alone in that comment. He's played with too many teams to have proper loyalty to just one club. Jack, following up to his previous comment, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling for ARB. It just seems like they might make him the scapegoat as the pressure is building. Yeah, mate.
Yeah, Jack, I think that's definitely, I can run with that. I think that's true. I think that's what will happen. And he probably knows it. He's not stupid. He probably like, I've got to go. Like
well,
my
put yourself in
career's
his
being
shoes.
destroyed.
Put yourself in his shoes, right? So he's had great success as an assistant coach, right? Premierships with 2 different clubs, successful clubs, all that stuff. Got his opportunity, did well, made the finals 5 out of 8 years. Okay, had a bad finish and a lot of injuries and everything, but survived 3 or 4 years additionally to when he was about to be sacked. Wins 10 in a row, did an amazing job, and thought, you know what? Okay, I'm going to have a rest now. I'm going to do an assistant because I don't want to be the guy in the face, in the limelight, press conferences. He's come to the Dogs. What's changed for him? He's copying it just as bad as being a full-time coach. So he, in his mind, is like, what have I done? I spoke to him last week. He's not happy. He can't believe the outrage that people are talking about. I said to him the same. I said, I'm sorry. The supporters are. It's not your fault. Like, you do your job, and he's out there an hour, well more before the players come out to train, helping the guys set every single thing up, getting it ready, making sure that preparation is perfect. So when the players come out to start their training run, everything's exactly where it needs to be for them to do their drills. But you know what? It's just people just want to focus on something. Ciraldo's got 5 more years on his contract, guys. He's not going anywhere in a hurry. So what's the next target? Blame the assistant. That's what's going on. So
do you guys go on the Kennel Forum? Yeah, I've been on it a few. I've got an account there. It's toxic as hell. It's ridiculous. People just go there, make shit up.
Yep. We got people on there that want to be here, guys. They keep asking us to put them back on here. But when we ask the question of our people here, do we want these people back? It's unanimous. No.
Nope.
So I have big raps. Alex Conti, we need to keep him. He's been doing well, especially with Woods, not there. He's got his opportunity, and he hasn't done a injustice to himself. He's been very good. Everyone seems to forget that before Marnie wanted out, Hayward still would have had this year to develop under him. The young bloke has been put in a year ahead of schedule. Well, 100%, mate. We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. He should have been just progressing from 20 minutes a game and more as he got more confidence and working under Marnie. But obviously, like Michael explained, when Marnie knew that he was going to be a 60-minute player, it was going to hurt his next contract. So he wanted to jump before that happened. Our attack was average well before Adam O'Brien came. He won comps at assistant coach both Melbourne and East. Blake Green was the assistant coach, attacking coach at Newcastle, and he's at the Cowboys, and they score plenty. And look, guys, in all reality, if we put 2 or 3 different players in our back line, we would have a great attacking team as well, potentially. It's just the way that it is at the moment. We're missing one big factor, which is dynamic speed, which some teams have 3 or 4 players that would be in the top 10 in the whole NRL, playing in Brookvale maybe. But that's just the way it is, guys. Ennis's son, still a Dog Junior. I'm not sure. Mick, you know about that one?
Yeah. There's one of his son's playing. I think he was on the bench for Massey a few weeks ago.
Yep. Bulldogs, Nick, ultimately it comes onto the head coach. He makes the final calls, including who he brings in as assistants. Yeah, it's 100%. If he can't work with him, then he's definitely not going to have him as his trusted companion there. And all the coaching staff, all the team that they've got, they do well. Even when something, I think they had one of their analysts last year that does sits. You probably see them. They sit in the box behind, and they're statistical geniuses. One of them sort of wanted a change and left the Dogs and went to Dolphins. for this year. A whole big change, moved the whole family and everything. So these things happen, people. People want to make some changes. We will be fine. We have great stability, and Sarah's a great coaching mind, just going through a bad patch. You know what, though? Sometimes, guys, you actually learn a lot more from the negative times than you do from the positive times.
Yeah.
And I'm one to still say that I believe last year we overachieved based on the way everything worked out. I believe we overachieved, and I think it blew a lot of undue wind into all our pockets and gave us false hope and everything. I just feel like we things just worked out too well in too many areas, and we were made to look much better than we were. Everybody keeps talking about the fact that we've gone from first to wherever we've gone, but how many times has a team gone out and started, first after the first, 5-10 rounds and then petered out? We still finished third. We did well to hang in there, but it doesn't mean that that's where you are. That's because you're coming first. Look at the Tigers, guys. They were coming second, top 2 team. Everyone's raving about the Tigers. Where are they now? A few injuries, back with everyone else, guys. So that's how fast it can change. G'day, Zach. Zachary Shami Enzo. Is that Hazem's brother, you're saying? Maybe? Not sure. Love how Paul Corley praised the Dragons for getting Metcalf, considering him and Galvin's situation is basically the same. But that's maybe because apparently he didn't say nothing about the Warriors coach.
And what did I say? I said Tanner Boyd is 5 seconds from a knee injury. Like, this is what I mean. You can go sign someone up for 3 years and then they can lose form. They can get an injury.
Yep.
It's just such a lottery. Yeah. The fact the Panthers have done what they've done is why we keep referring to them, and we should, because it's unbelievable.
To be losing that many players and still get the results was crazy.
And the thing that the teams that have had sort of sustained success over the last 10 years have in common with the Panthers are they've been able to retain a core group of people around the same age that are really that are elite.
Yep.
Especially and they're able to let people go for good money, and then fill the spaces they need to fill whenever they need to fill them, and just have a production line of juniors that come through. Now, not every club has the same junior production line that they've got. But you look at the Sharks, you look at the Broncos, you look at all these places, they've got depth. We haven't. As Gus said in 2023, he goes, the Bulldogs are producing juniors, but they're not getting prepared properly to get into first grade stuff. So he said that when he come on board in the end of 2021, at the end of 21, right? By 2023, now there was a headline. So people were talking about this the other day about Gus talking about a 5-year plan. Now the headline on 100% Footy was that Gus's 5-year plan. He never said 5-year plan. He still hasn't. Then there was another thing where he was asked questions and he answered that this was in 2023. He goes, basically, it'll take 5 years. Within 5 or 6 years, we'll have our juniors at a point where they'll start feeding the NRL side. And that's what happened. And a good point was also made the other day that when Penrith in 2019 had that big dip under a lot of expectation, the following year they came out and got runner-up in a season they dominated. It was probably their best season of attack as well. And Trent Barrett, I think, maybe when did Trent Barrett leave them?
22.
He wasn't our coach in 2020, or was that Dean Pay?
It might have been Pay.
Yeah, he was 21 and then the start of 22, then got the axe. Yeah, so he was their attacking coach. Yet we couldn't score a point in 2021. So it's look, I think there's so much hypocrisy. And I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, Barrett
How's Zion guy going? Is the next one from Randy.
Zion, mate. Yeah, he's actually doing well. He's getting himself back to full fitness, and he's been really training hard and going out and having a go. So obviously the Cup had a bye last week. There was no game, so a lot of these guys will be fresh and ready to go come Saturday. So hopefully, but he's been pushing hard. He's been having a go, getting a few more minutes at times. So yeah,
And
there's still opportunity for him to shine.
And they're starting him ahead of Daniel Saluka for feeder. So
Yeah,
that would suggest that he's earned that right to do that.
Yep.
Sort of disappoints me about Dan because I like Dan.
Yeah, that's been an interesting one since he had his back injury because he was ready to go for the trial and then hasn't been seen since. And he's our good luck charm. We need him back. We've only lost one game with him.
Yeah.
Atlas, you'll be there Friday night, pumped. We can beat Melbourne. You were there in Brisbane versus the Broncos. The effort was there, just couldn't connect. Yeah, mate. Myself and Michael were there for that one. It wasn't pretty. How's Fletcher Baker going? Will he get an opportunity first grade? Well, he's been. Look, to be honest with you, I felt like he probably came into the season thinking he was ahead of a couple, but AJ and Underhill have both jumped over the top of him so far. So he's sort of fell down in the pecking order. He's been putting in some good efforts, but they've probably got a little bit more aggro to their game. He's probably a bit more of a more of a solid player rather than having that X factor about him where, AJ's got those big, I can hurt you hits and aggression, and Jack's got all effort as well. So sub-ops, if anyone is to blame, it's the coach, not his assistant. The assistants are just there to support the coach and how he wants the team to train and play. Then it's up to the players to execute. And look, and obviously what every NRL team, not just ours, like the coaches have their own discussions, right? So they have a coaches room. They sit in there and they thrash about after they've done all the videos, everything they've reviews, whatever they've done. They'll talk about how they want to play, what they want to do, what their focus is. Weekly, it's daily. It happens all the time, guys. There's always discussions about these things. The final decision's always up to the head coach, but everyone's got an opportunity to basically, talk and suggest something as well within reason. As long as it's something that they can discuss. So, but it all falls down to the head coach at the end to sign off on anything that they want to do. Which other club do you hate the most? I never liked Manly for some reason. Yeah, Manly's an easy team for everyone to hate. Yeah, Manly's, but there's quite a few. Michael just can't stand Parramatta. There's a lot of teams that we dislike.
Brisbane Broncos for me.
Broncos are. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Especially when you just love the blue and white. Just
Roosters.
The Roosters.
Souths, Manly, St George, Parramatta. After that, it's like everyone else.
Yeah. Cira is a great coach. Yep, he is. And like I said, I think he'll be learning a lot more in this period than he would even when he was winning all those games last year. We're lacking pace, to be honest. Who should we target? Well, Michael, do you want to go through a few of the things we're supposed to do tonight? So we've got the team list to go through, and then we want to talk about some of the retention and potential players that are coming off. So we can do that shortly, Matt. We'll come back to that one. Why isn't Spinks getting a run? He was named in the 20 once and didn't get a start, but he's been knocking down the door. He's been trying. He's captain of the Cup team. He's having a go, but sometimes other players jump ahead, and that's what's happened with AJ and Underhill at the moment. So,
and he's more of a genuine edge back rower where I think it's like we need a bit more steel, is what they're thinking through that ruck. So bringing through the AJs and the Jacks first makes a little bit more sense. And Satilli, I felt Satilli's playing well on that right edge. Like, he's asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And then you got Presto. So look, if a Presto or a Satilli goes down, they may bring Curran back into the edge position and then bring Spinks in after him. They may go with a Harry Hayes, but I think Harry's sort of settled in being a prop now. I think he's a prop. He likes being a prop, and I think that's what he'll be. But or it could be a case where, but Spinks isn't far off. So let's get this up for us to have a look at. I'll share that now.
Subox has always hated the Cowboys.
So let's get this cracking. Can we see that on there? All right, guys. So these are current players that are off contract that I know that we might be potential to be able to get. And they include people in our own team. And I've got whether I'm interested in it or if I just want to watch it. So those players are, and I've sort of put down their estimated salary as well. So look, I'll do it by position to start. So looking at centres, I'm looking at Tommy Talau. Not really massive on Tommy, but he is a Bulldogs junior. Jesse Arthurs, I've always liked the fact he can play fullback as well. He's quite fast, and he's elusive as well. I like Anari Tuala. I would like him to be extended for a year or two, and I would always take Jake Averillo back in our club. Looking at what we have in that space already, I've put AJ Jones as the 22nd player in our team. But I don't think he actually has a contract for NRL next year. He might already have it, but it's not listed anywhere. So I'm putting him in already, like it's a done deal. But there's 22 players there now. Sean O'Sullivan is one that's got a manager option for next year, and Gordon Chan Kum Tong is progressing to the top 30. So is Jack Underhill and Jethro Rinikama. There's been talk, obviously, around Bronson Cherry and Matt Burton all year, whether they'll be there. But I'm going to assume they will be there because they are contracted. And when I look at the final 8 positions, these are the guys I've come up with. So they were the guys for the centre. If I was to make a choice on one of these players, I would actually pick 2 of these guys. I'd pick Anari Tuala and probably Jesse Arthurs. Just that I think he's got that bit more speed. I think he's a good little player, but it just depends what he's worth. I think Tommy Talau could be the budget one to buy. And would probably be one that they would look at if, he's at the Roosters at the moment, not really getting many games or anything like that. He might be one that can come in as one of those opportunity signings potentially. Any thoughts on that, Gas?
No, mate, it's consistent with what I've actually come up with so far as well. So on that side, yep.
I've only selected one. Now, there's a lot there. And that was Tamari Martin. And the reason I say that is he's got that connection with Gus and the club from years ago. He's had a lot of setbacks. you saw when he come on the field against. Look, I see him as someone that offers that experience in a side which has got young halves, and I just don't see the point in us going out there and buying a superstar 7 for lots of money. I don't think that's where we're going to direct our funds. I think we're going to build. We're going to develop a 7 if it kills us, and it's going to be, and that 7 will be worth a lot of money one day. And that could be Galvin, that could be Woods, could be Conti. But I think Tamari Martin can fit that, come into our club, really experienced, and do something for the team. Who'd you come up with in the 5'8"?
The only other one I had was Cody Nicarima as well.
Yeah, I think he's already signed to go to England, which is the only reason that I didn't include Cody, because I would have.
From that list that I was going through, he was on there. That's why, for me, he was another player that I thought can help with what we're trying to do, because he's got a bit of off the cuff as well with him.
There are a few on there. I think Jamie Humphreys is going to. He's been signed by someone already. Perth, is it? I think Perth have signed him.
Maybe.
Yeah, because Sexton's not going too good, so they're a bit worried. I think they've gone and signed Jamie Humphreys, who's only on 150 grand at the Rabbits. But can probably command, 400-500. You can look at the chats while I'm looking at this, Gas, and fullbacks. So I'm all in to re-sign Cade Dykes, and I would definitely be looking at William Kennedy. He's only on 350 grand. I'd pay him 500 grand.
All those three were on my list, mate.
Trey Fuller.
Trey Fuller was the top of my list.
Type of guy that we would like, I think. And look, the way I sort of see it is we're developing some kids like Raymond Peru and all these sort of guys. So these are ones where you're not going to pay big money for them. I think William Kennedy's worth more than 350 grand, by the way. Yeah. I think he's worth $500,000 at least.
Yeah.
I'm happy that Connor's on about 500 because of his utility value and what he was offering. He'd earned it. He'd earned that salary. I think
at the time that he was signed, he was playing well.
Who was it to sit there and say, whoever signed Connor Tracy and blah, 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 blah. Look, he was going, what, did you not see the try-saving tackles he did against Canberra to win the game? You know what I mean? Like, all hindsight attacks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if I had to pick one out of those, I'm keeping Dykes. And you're liking Trey Fuller.
I see Trey Fuller as a kind of Benny Barber for us.
As a video as well, and we'll put out our top 30s that we would like to see for next year. Mine and Gas's, and I might be able to get a couple of other people who think in that space, like Pete, what we would want it to look like, something like that. Halfback, I've got Ronald Volkman just as another utility half. Do you have any others there, Gas?
I don't think I had any halfbacks. None on the halfbacks, mate.
Hookers, I've picked about 5 of them.
Did you do the wingers already or not?
Yeah. Oh, did I? No, I'm doing them last.
Last. All right, no worries. Hookers, I got a couple, yeah. Or at least I got one.
I'm interested in Sam Verrills. I'm interested in the Jaden Beryl. I want to re-sign Patrick Young. I'd always be interested in Billy Walters.
I like Billy Walters, yeah.
And I think Freddie Lussick's showing that he's fitting the Penrith system quite easily, which means he could do it. And this isn't to say that I want to bring all these 5 players in and get rid of Bailey Hayward. I think for Bailey Hayward to have another seasoned hooker that's ready to go, and young Jaden Beryl, it's pretty hard to get a game when Blake Brayley plays 138 games in a row, and he's been there the whole time.
And to put it in perspective, Michael, for those people who are going to ask, you've showed an estimated salary on those players. Put it into perspective. How much did Reed Money sign with the Cowboys?
650.
Yeah. So can you understand, guys, why when you look at what we're doing here, example, if you do get someone like a Billy Walters on 250,000, let's say even 300,000, it's still half of what you're paying for a Reed Marnie, and you've got potential opportunity, etc., etc., etc. All these things are reasons why you would look at someone like this. So,
look, I'd be happy with pretty much any of those guys, but Patrick Young goes into my squad. So I'm just going to select them all for a sec. I'm just sort of building my squad as I go. I'm putting Patrick Young in. Who was the other guy that I said before? I don't think Ronald Volkman would be. I'm putting Cade Dykes in.
Cade Dykes, yeah. And then did you add another fullback or not?
Not yet. I'll hold off.
Willem Kennedy.
I'll hold off.
Hold off. Okay.
And just see what we go, because this is actually the first time going through it.
And you said you wanted Jesse Arthurs as well.
Jesse Arthurs, he'll probably make the short list. Locks. I've got Dylan Walker, Cameron McInnes, and Jack Todd. I want to see the club give Jack an extra year.
Yep.
I think Cameron McInnes is a bulldog type of player, but his injuries have been.
And I think for me, the age for me is why I didn't want to go for him, for both him and Walker.
I think they both command pretty good money, and I think P&G is going to get, even for a year though, they could add something. I think it just give us that depth. I'm sort of moving past Kurt Mann. I don't know even why I'm even saying that, because I love Kurt Mann.
Mate, everyone's got a time limit, mate. And then eventually, because, for me, as I would like someone that could potentially play a few more minutes in as well. So I think Mann's pretty capped at what he can play to give you the best result. So
Dylan Walker's probably better off the bench too.
Yeah.
Cameron McInnes can play long minutes.
Yeah. But that's going to slow down as he's getting older now. So
he has had a pretty good freshen up though with the injuries. Yeah, I'm not sold on any of those. Probably keep Jack for a year, because I love Jack Toddzilla. Props, Samuel Hughes. Interested to keep Sam another year. And Atta Mariota from the Canberra Raiders. Been developing in that system for a long time, has a bit of aggression. I think he's one they might re-sign anyway.
I had DCF in there, mate, for myself.
Daniel Sluka for feeder.
Yep.
Look,
DCF.
I'm sort of just looking at this thing now. He's come back off the bench. Like, why is he coming off the bench? There's got to be something there. Like, he's and for me, I should have Zion Mayu, but they actually had him listed as a second rower. I don't think I picked any of them. Wingers. Gerald Skelton, Daniel Tupou, Thomas Jenkins, Sam Stone Street, and Jonathan Sewer.
Yeah. I had Jenkins and Stone Street were my two big ones. Yeah. Tupou for me is like his age is getting on. Skelton, I still think he's very rough around the edges. He can be a good player one day, but I feel like you can hit the ground running with Jenkins and Stone Street. And if those two were your wingers, you'd be cleaning up and finishing off a lot of tries, and both tall as well, take a good ball and do good. Especially Stone Street can do some good meters out of yardage, etc. So
God, he got hammered on the weekend. God, we smashed him. Like this is what I mean. Like people sit there, go, "Oh, we were horrible, we were terrible." But if we were in some moments, fucking oath, we were.
Our whole team has been getting smashed as well. At the end of the day, I'm looking at overall in their positions that they play and what they've been doing. I think they've got a lot of good potential. And
I'm not having a crack at it. I'm just saying this guy.
Yeah.
When I say we smashed him, I'm talking about what he endured. That guy, right? He endured, and he still took those fucking marks. He took those high balls. He was still there. He was still running as hard at the 80th minute as he was. I like Sam Stone Street. He's my selection, right? So
I don't even
when
know
I
if
say
that
we
money.
smashed him, that's what I'm actually building this guy up. What he endured from our team on the weekend.
Well, that's the resilience you want, though. That's the resilience you want.
Exactly.
But I think you might be a bit light on the money there, especially for Jenkins. I don't know.
280.
Yeah. With the way he's going at the moment, I think he might be, especially with the new teams, he might be commanding a bit more.
Yeah, we'll see. If that's all I'd pay for him.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Like, I'm giving him. And look, if he goes to a team that's not doing well, not getting the ball out to him, he's not going to do much for you either, is he? Yeah. Look, I like them all. I think Daniel Tupou suits the way we play NRL. I think he would suit us. He can offload. He's very good under the high ball. He's a chance to break the old try scoring record as well. He hasn't slowed down. He's still being picked in that NRL side and still contributing. I think he's a very good player and very underrated player. To turn and chase sometimes can be a bit in elite games can be exposed like in Origin. But I think you've got yourself there a very good winger, and one that can handle the grind. The way we play destroys wingers. They're playing as forwards. He is a forward, but he's good under that high ball, and he can climb above as well, like the coaches and all that. He can finish. He's one of the best wingers of all time, and I don't think he gets the raps anywhere near that he deserves, Daniel Tupou. Still, I wouldn't pick him.
I think he gets enough. I think he gets a lot of raps. I think people recognize how important. I mean, the Roosters went downhill the other day when he went off. That's how important he is to that team.
Yeah.
They lost a close game, but they suffered without him. And I spoke to a very, very loyal Rooster supporter, and that's what he was highlighting. Like the fact that when he went off, that's how big it was to them. So he's very rated by their supporters, by their team, and out in general. I mean, how many times has he played Origin, then come back and played Origin again? You know that he's not going to let you down. But he's had a great record. It's just sort of snuck up on you.
AJ should have played more Origin too, but very different players.
And for those who are just jumping on, we're just having a look at our wish list. Players that are off contract and who, if we were involved, we would be bringing into the club or at least potentially having a look at to fill up our top 30 for next year. So that's what our current exercise is, guys.
All right. Well,
are you going to
nominate one of those? I'm going to get all the players that you select for I'm going to probably do it as a video, just for everyone to see. I don't think I picked a second rower.
I had a couple. I think that might be in the second row as well, or in those space.
I'll bring that up. There were other players, guys. There's a whole bunch of them. I like Kelma Tuolangi. From the Eels, I reckon he's a really good player, and Sean Blaw's a pretty good player.
Sean Blaw's on my list.
Former Penrith junior.
Yep. Maverick Guy was one that I did like as well.
He hasn't got to go though with Wests.
When I've seen him play, he's from this very, very small sample size. I liked what I saw, but He hasn't got much opportunity.
Reminds me of his dad a bit, obviously.
Yep.
I like Kai O'Donnell. I like Kurt Capewell. I just think Kurt will cost too much money. And the fact of the matter is, if I'm buying Tyson Frizzell, I'm buying him to play middle.
But I'm not. So I discounted anyone for me that was at an age where we're not going to get a few good years out of them. I know they've become cheaper and everything, but Frizzell, even for me at the moment, Kurt Capewell, those kinds of players, yes. But I'd rather, in those positions, I'd rather keep our younger guys coming through than bring some of these older guys and then lose some of our younger guys for no reason.
We've got
Logan
good depth in that space. We've got Jacob Preston, Viliami Kikau.
Yes.
Harry Hayes is still there. Satili Tupanua is still there.
Yeah.
I just think we've got too much depth in the second row position, and that's all actually been our problem.
Yeah.
We've got too many second rowers, and not had enough props. I've been happy with the way they've milked that, blood out of a stone sort of thing.
And not enough depth in the backs at the moment too. We're struggling.
I was looking at Heath Mason as well. I think I'd left him out though.
Mm-hmm. Try your locks.
Did I look at the locks?
Filter your locks. I don't think you did, mate.
Yeah, I did. Dylan.
Oh, those ones. Oh, no, because you had other ones. Then who have you missing? There's a few. Where's your?
Oh, you had some more you wanted to look at. All right.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay.
That's okay. I should have showed everyone the whole list too, by the way, but I didn't.
Right.
You got Kurt Mann, Morgan Smithies, Blake Nathan Brown.
Liam LeBlanc. Liam LeBlanc was one that I looked at as well.
I think he'd go pretty cheap.
Yeah.
You could get him for like 180 something, 200,000.
That's the other one. That's the other one I looked at. That's why on your locks, yeah.
He goes all right at South, but like Hammer Saleh was another Penrith junior that left early, and I thought he was going to stay at South. So I thought Davey Mawali would have stayed at South. What have they gone and they've gone and got a Payne Haas for it's like it was 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
And
the only other one there would be Ray Stone if you want that Steely. He's still only 28, so he could be one tough. Yeah, but he's a tough guy that you can a bit of an enforcer feel to him sometimes. So
I think Bulldogs would like him till he makes a mistake.
Well, that's the problem at the moment, guys. By everyone's reaction currently, what we're doing to our team, we're going to be pushing players away from coming to us. Where last year and the year they wanted to come to us. Now they're sitting there looking at it going, oh, I don't want to go to the Bulldogs. Look at their supporters, how they've been smashing us. You know what I mean? So let's have a look at a few of the comments, guys, in regards to these team selections. And I'll come back to some of the other ones before as well. But let's have a look here. Pete is talking these two Bobsworth. He believes Rinakama should get the left wing spot, especially if Sua's on the outer to Perth.
That's a fair comment, Pete. Makes sense.
Yep. Trey Fuller,
and it still may happen. It may actually happen this week.
Yeah,
and I think named maybe 2 wingers on the bench. So
we said that not long ago because we said that exact thing. If he is going to Perth, because we were asking, is it confirmed or not? But the other thing is, I think they were waiting for Jethro to get fully ready yet. So I think he's very close now. John saying Will Kennedy would be a gem buy. He's got a bit of a Luke pattern about him. Trey Fuller has been a great cover for the Hammer at the Dolphins. Let's be realistic. 2 new teams means all off-contract players are worth higher than we'd like to pay or play.
Yeah, good. Very good point. Very good point.
Yeah, Zion, Hopway, and DCF won't get another run. If they were, they'd get a look in. Stone Street gets smashed every week. Saw someone do a review of the game, and he said he has a magnet to get smashed, but he keeps turning up, mate. Pretty sure Stone Street is 420. Jenkins 280. Would be lucky to get Skelton back for 280. Thoughts on David Bryonton? You spoke about that the other day as well.
Who's asking that?
Lord of Shorts.
So David Bryonton, really great talent, was given a contract, caused issues from day one. Sort of thought he should be training with the NRL squad and getting paid for that, because so it come down to that. He's like, I'm talented enough. So he's believing in himself. But, how do I say it, respectfully or disrespectfully? Maybe a bit of entitlement there, maybe a bit of maybe did not agree with, maybe misinterpreted what the contract was.
Promises by the agent.
Who knows? I saw his hair was dyed, so he obviously might have been late to training or did something wrong. But so was AJ Jones, like that's just part of the thing. Everyone has their bad day or something goes wrong, and they've got to suffer their little punishments, which they try and have a bit of fun with that as well. But in regards to Bryonton, he felt, it just comes across that his talent, he believed that he should have been training with the NRL squad. Now, he was in the SG ball team. They started with him playing. They had Callaghan at fullback and him playing at half. They eventually put him to fullback. Look, he's way too good for that grade. But probably tried to do too much as well in games and cost them games as well with some stuff. But definitely was an absolute gun player. But, he believed he could just go and train with a full-time squad when that wasn't happening. He hadn't earned it. Wasn't part of the development cycle yet for him, and that's just the way it is. So he jumped on booked himself a plane ticket and went home.
The only challenge with that is, guys, is that he's actually still contracted to us and he actually can't play anywhere else at the moment. So there is,
and I think that's the club doing the right thing to say, all right, we're going to hold you accountable to your contract.
Yep.
And it's probably the best thing for him too, by the way. And look, you listen to Gordon Tallis talk about stuff like that. Actually made him a better person and a better player and stuff.
That out a whole year.
He's like, okay, well, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but I respect them for doing what they did. And I think that's a thing you learn with age and whatever else. And maybe that's what the Dogs are doing with David. Oliver Smith also went, which we talked about last time as well.
Yeah. Let's keep moving through these comments. Some of these comments about the selections. What if Sharks want to keep Stone Street? I've been making some inquiries. Chester Hill Hornets, Sione Katoa, great tackle breaker with speed and excellent finisher.
Yeah, Sione's on the list too that I didn't actually show.
Yep, that's all right. Daniel Tupou is a Barella Bears Jr. Yep.
Beautiful.
I like Jenkins though, and agree that Stone Street has been performing well for the Sharks. Great list, Mick and Gas. Is Brian To'o coming off contract? I think the whole NRL will hope so. Forget that John Bateman is still played. Jed Reed, another possibility in the second row. I wish we signed Nelson when we had the chance. Well, no, I don't think we had the chance, and I think he's much better enjoying what he's doing right now, promoting his next fight, guys. We need pace out wide. That's our issue. Nobody coming through. I hope that Peru would be Hipo Peru would be a great signing. Watched him regularly at 13 for the Raiders in the Cup before signing with the Sharks.
Oh,
Max Plath, please.
Can you click on these, mate?
Yep, no worries, mate.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're right, mate.
Max Plath's not off contract, Harry.
Yep. His neighbour Ray Stone is. Two wingers on the bench just means Kiraz needs cover. Well, they're just
Potentially.
covering all their bases, guys. Make sure he gets ready. No last minute injuries. 600,000 for Reed is worth it. 9 is a crucial role. You look at all the teams playing good footy; they have a top tier. Yes and no, but this is a 60 minutes we're talking about, guys. So that's why that's a lot of money. Michael just explained that one. If you were listening there, has Kiraz been cleared to play? Obviously, they'll still have to make sure that he's ready. So that'll come down potentially to Thursday, guys.
Ciraldo said he's playing this week.
There you go, guys.
That was last week.
Brian Toto, I don't think he's off contract, guys. He's not on the list.
We're not paying $1 million for a winger.
For a winger, guys. Yeah.
I'd have
anything
him, though.
Yeah, anyone would love to have him, but it's a lot of money there.
He's a Panther.
Harry, he won't leave Dolphins. He's having a breakout season, but would be very good signing. Yep. Named on the wing, Timmy. Yep. We don't need any more 13s. Do you love Jamin Salmon? That's great. Great to hear. Reed wanted 700,000 for an extension 2 years before he was off contract. Give it up. Reed's gone. Get used to it. Yep. Sam Hughes needs to go to go get Mariota. Yep.
Sam Hughes is actually developing well this year. He's done a lot of good stuff. For people to understand what props do.
Would be a beautiful signing, or Sean Bloor. Yes.
I fucking know.
So that's
I like Talangi. He's a very good for Parramatta. He was at West as well. West let him go to Para.
Yep.
And he went to Para when they got the bloke who's at Penrith now.
I'm just going to go through some of the chats from before, mate, before we move into the next phase. Shoei was asking, did we all see the training on the field today? Gus was walking around talking to all the players. Seems like he might have had some origin words to the boys. Let's hope so.
Oh, no. That means that Ciraldo is about to get sacked.
No, don't say that.
Just ask Buzz. Ask Buzz.
Brian saying, to be honest, Adam O'Brien is probably copying it worse as our assistant coach than he was as Newcastle coach. Timmy, wouldn't matter who the attack coach is. You have two utilities in the spine.
Oh, Paulie, Colin Connor a fucking utility. He's not a utility, mate. Just because he can play lots of positions. Critter can play 6, wing, centre, and fullback as well, mate. Just so you know. Fuck me.
Yeah. Need to get some ruck speed. Cherry to Para. Who would we swap for from their club? Forget Moses. It's not happening. Who else would swap? I'd like De Silva.
Mate, I'm not sure about De Silva. I watched him last week. He's a hooker, but he could really struggle to get to dummy half and pass the ball. But you would too when you're making that many mistakes and doing that much tackling.
Hasn't excited me for the raps that he got. To be honest,
he's good out of dummy half. He's not he's a good little player, Tony, and I think he'll develop into a good player. But
Timmy's confident that we can turn it around this week. Make sure you come and say hello this week, Timmy. He's been playing Ron Messi. Yeah, there isn't anyone we'd swap for. Cherry, maybe the Fox.
I'd have the Fox back.
Mate, Matty Warren loves your guts, Timmy. There you go. All right, we got some stats from D. The Bulldogs have only played 6 regular season matches against the Storm at Accor for a 1-5 losing record. But don't forget, guys, in in that period of time, we were losing to everyone. Okay. They have not played the Storm at A Court since 2021 when it was named Stadium Australia.
Thank you,
Michael,
Dave.
Sharks were first for the first 10 rounds in 2024, and no one was talking about that. The Bunnies were first in the first 11 rounds. Dragons were first for the first half of the season 2018. 100%, mate. Always the way. Teams will be first, and then they make it like, oh, it's a coincidental change that you made and you've lost everything. So don't believe all the hype, guys. Harsha, I grew up in the 80s, so I hate Parramatta. It was basically us or them winning. Yes, that's how it was, mate. Rugby league can be a cruel game. Hit that like button, guys. Thanks, Bulldog Mike. That's
Smash the like button, people.
I heard the Dogs and Eels are arch rivals. Yeah, that's why 98 was so good to win that game, guys. Oh, anytime there's a Parramatta person you see, you just say to them, 18-2, 10 to go. They go, shut up, leave us alone. The Storm has here we go, some more stats. Storm has a 12-1 winning record when Munster and Grant are both missing. The Storm have won 11 of the last 10 matches against the Bulldogs. 9 of those matches, the winning margin was 6 or more.
The Storm, 11 of the last.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's written a bit.
But don't forget, guys, Storm have been in the last 2 grand finals, so that's all right. Who better if it comes to that? I think it would be a good mentor for Hayward as well. He always backs us, and I just think he has that old Dogs of War leadership and grit he can pass on.
Who's that?
He's probably talking about Ennis, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Coming. Aki's saying there's another toxic channel that's live on Instagram, the Touchline Podcast. Yep. More of these. The Dogs have lost their last 7 when starting as favourite, and we've lost 5 in a row, so that doesn't help. And I've lost 7 straight the week after a loss of a match more than 16 points. The last 5 matches, the combined match total has not exceeded 44 points. I'll go to the next one on D. The Bulldogs have only scored more than 18 points in a match against the Storm once since 2015. Suafalaga has 12 tries in all games this season, has not gone back-to-back game without crossing. Yep. And also he's got some more here. Kiraz has scored a try in each of the last 2 matches against the Storm. 4 tries in the last 4 games against the Storm.
Yeah.
And in the last 3 regular season meetings, a player from either team has been sin-binned. Combined 8 tries have been scored by Bulldogs wingers in the last 4 meetings. Kiraz 4 and Addo Carr 4. Addo used car, sorry. Okay, thanks for that, mate. So we'll keep going through. Zach is saying, what do you think Gus meant when he said there's internal issues for why we are losing?
Well, he just basically just gave us lip service, which is all he needs to do. He said, yep, there's some things happening at the moment that's out of our control, and we can only do what we can do. And the only way that can be fixed is to play well and get ourselves out of it. So that, I think that's just a way of saying injuries, players not where they want to be, players on the way out, players out of form, all that sort of stuff. So,
okay, and don't forget, guys, James Graham is going to be talking to Gus Gould this week. And James was asking people for his podcast to send him questions on the chat. Yep. So the last I looked, there was like nearly 200 questions jumping in there that he'll probably take from. So if you've got something that you really want to say and hope that James will pick it up, put it on there, guys, and get your question asked. Joe Millennium 88. Is Raymond Prue still playing well?
Yeah, he's back at fullback this week in Jersey Flegg, so he must have had a little injury. So he's back. And Mickey Nassar has been elevated to New South Wales Cup.
Yep. Zach saying, is there any truth behind Cherry and Verrill's swap? I hope not. And yes, mate, we know you're not Harry's brother.
Hasn't.
No, well, he's saying hasn't because we call Harry has.
Look, I don't. It was never said that that's who's on the look. That's just the media. What I would say is that the journalist has spoken to someone at the Titans who said, "Yeah, we would entertain a potential player swap," and I can tell you now, the Bulldogs have not told the paper that we would look to swap Verrills for Cherry. And I can tell you that the Gold Coast probably haven't spoken about that yet either. There's no way they're going to go and talk about that. The DSF was linked to the Titans earlier in the year. So don't know what happened with that, but he sort of hasn't been in the first grade side or near. He's off the bench in New South Wales Cup. So
internal stuff, mate. Yep. Matty Warren's asking how long until we look at a different option at 13? Maybe we could go with power as opposed to finesse.
I just think Salmon's way too important in regards to defense. He's the defensive communicator out there. He's the one who saves their ass, who tells them where they've got to be. He rarely misses his assignment. Under fatigue, he can get worn out for sure, like any of them can. But and I've just felt that his actual performance with the ball has been better than it has been for a long time. As I said, 115 meters last week, 41 tackles. He only had the one issue, but look, I think it's a fair question. Whatever you do, though, you need to have somebody. Look, I wouldn't mind seeing our team give more ball to the halfback at first receiver, or to the 5'8" as well on either side of the ruck, and getting the props involved a little bit more, like we saw in 2012 and 2014. Just mixing it up a little bit, and having those guys come in the first receiver a little bit, and having players a bit closer to the ball to provide some variation. But that shape and that block is just what every team's doing. And, you know, I think they're doing a good job of slowing us down. I feel Hayward's service is getting better. Like, people are saying, oh, put Kurt Mann there. Well, you can see his service is definitely not up to Bailey Hayward's level. But he's trying. He's doing his best. He can fill in and do it. But so I don't know. I think the idea would be that the AJ Joneses and the Finau Latus keep working on their finesse and working on their stamina and their ability to go make heaps of tackles and punch through the line and get back behind the ball out of yardage and help out sometimes and all that sort of stuff. If we get that player who can seamlessly go from extra ball player to basically being another prop, which we're seeing more and more from Isaiah Yeo as he's doing. They're mixing it up. We sort of saw it in Origin where he played more of that prop role, even when they put the 13 on his back when Murray wasn't there. He was taking more. In game one last year, it was like Queensland weren't ready for it. He kept taking hit-ups when they were thinking he was going to play shape out the back, and then they were doing stuff after that. And by the time they adjusted, the game was gone, and it still stayed pretty close, really. It was like 18-6 or something, their final score. But they adjusted Queensland. They got it. But Maguire sort of started that the year before with Yo. And I think that if we need someone who can do a bit of both. So, look, I think Salmon's a good player. And if we were winning, the conversation just doesn't happen. Although it was happening as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People just hate him. They just fucking hate him.
Mate, look, he's an easy target for everyone, mate. You know, the whole week got a dog thing got him on the bad foot and just stayed that way.
I don't know. I don't know. what it is.
Ultimately, I feel like I still, like we spoke about before, I'd still love to see one day Galvin become a good 13 for us. I think that would be a great fit for him, to be honest. He's got the height, just needs to, like we said, needs to work on his diet and get fatter, bigger, stronger, and but everything else is already ready for it.
And he'll pop a pass in traffic too. He's good at that. He's been doing it his whole career.
Yeah.
Our support play needs to improve.
Yeah. And it's like, when you score one try, then the second one comes, you see everyone's just backing up, everyone's just running through you. You feel like you're running downhill. We haven't had that feeling for a while, guys. The biggest thing I think we're missing, guys, is hearing the sound of Matty Burton's boot hitting that friggin' bin. That team song, guys. We missed the team song.
Yeah.
It's been too long. That gets the juices flowing when we hear it going. You know how many times I just leave it on repeat, just listening to it after a win. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, guys, that just have it on there and watch it. And every time you're looking at it, you see something different. You go, oh, have a look at this guy here tossing the water. Have a look at this guy. It's just, need to get the juices flowing. Jamie doesn't like the Broncos. Yes, mate, you're not alone there.
I hate them.
Surely Dogs will get the W this week. I'm going to tip them. That's it.
Go Aussie. That's it, bro.
Timmy's wearing his Dogs of War footy head t-shirt, watching his favorite All Things Positive podcast. That's it, Timmy. All of them suck except the blue and white. That's exactly
Brian.
right. That's it, Brian. Same team, same result, same press conference. Thanks for your support, mate. Is Sheldon Hayward related to Bailey Hayward? I don't think he was.
No.
Definitely
not.
Timmy hates the Rooters.
Unless Mummy was playing up.
Yeah.
Because, not the same colour, mate.
She wouldn't have got the same name. Everyone hates us. I hate them all. That's it.
That's it, Matty.
Should we talk now about the matchups and where we can win the game? Forget Munster, Grant, Liero. Out. They will be hard to beat after regaining their confidence. They've had a 2-week head start on getting some wins under their belt. Are you putting that team up, or do you want to do that later?
Oh, I'm not sure. Getting a bit tired, guys. And I'll probably do McKees to victory, where I'll do that sort of stuff anyway.
Heinzie, he's not. Okay. On the centres, I'd look at Rocco Berry from the Wars. He looked good before injuries messed him up. Get him fit. It'd be a good value pick. Yes. Lots of options there. Do you think Lachlan Lewis will finish his contract at Cash Converters and make a comeback?
Andy, I think he's doing. I think he's like a personal trainer and stuff. He's a bit of a. He's a bit. I think he's the last signature that that Bulldogs fan is trying to get. The guy who goes to all the games.
Yeah,
I think Lockie Lewis's is the last signature he needs.
Gibbo,
Michael Gibson, yeah.
Yeah.
And I still haven't sent your stuff, Andy. I'll send it tomorrow when I go to the post office, mate. I'm only going to do a half day tomorrow. So, but let's get this up.
Rocco Berry, decent target. Yeah. D, this will be the 4th time this year we have the ref. Everybody hates Wyatt Raymond.
Oh, there you go. Even his mum hates him.
So we're 0-3 under Raymond in 2026. Well, we've only won 3 games. 9, 12, 20. And no, it's actually not. It's not actually D. Check it out again. They always put the draw for this game, even though it hasn't been played. So our record is actually 9-12 without the one draw, and that includes a preseason game. So if you look at just NRL only, our record was only 8-12 against him for that one. But yeah, mate, pretty bad record with him anyway. Still, unfortunately.
So all right, so we've got Connor Tracy. So you got Falongo, Will Warbrick, Jack Howarth, Nick Meaney, Moses Leo. I think Moses Leo, he come from nowhere, this guy, but he's had the yips a few times. Jack Howarth's another one who's got extreme potential. You're talking about Casey McLean's and stuff. This guy could get to that level. Another one though things can go wrong. Nick Meaney, Mr. Reliable, will turn up. I felt his defence in the centres, we need to test that. Look, he's gutsy and will do everything he can. I think Jack will be on the left side, Nick will be on the right. So it'll be Nick up against Bronson, and this is a chance for Bronson Cherry to get some early ball and smash it out. Now, I'm sure Kiraz will play right wing. I'm pretty sure that will happen. And Anari will create some space for Jacob with his hard and straight running, going up against big Jack Howarth, who's a bit of a unit, quite fast as well. Will Warbrick, similar in a way to Kiraz, that he's big, he got big elbows, big knees, catch the football. He played rugby sevens. He can intercept, but you can tire him out and get him dropping footy. And this fullback, well, if we're lacking speed and we're fatigued, this is the guy who's going to take advantage of it. So straight line for him, and everyone's got to make their tackles and make sure that when he's getting the ball, he's got no room to move. Late offloads are, again, something I'm expecting from the Storm. I think they'll be offload heavy in this match. Keegan Russell-Smith, don't know much about him. He's only had the one game in NRL, and that was a couple of years ago. We need to see Matty Burton. I felt Matty tried to be more involved in his 100th game for the club, and I feel that Matty needs to keep that going. I've got a feeling there will be a change on the wing, but no, not too sure. Maxi King, second game back. We've got the big talk in Stefano Uoitikamanu. Obviously, he was the one who got the late offload against us after Toby Sexton put the ball out on the full after we just got things back again. He got the offload to Tyrone Wishart and broke our hearts as they took the lead before Warbrick got the intercept late. I'm loving, look, people putting shit on Leo. He's too blah, blah, blah. The guy is tackling at 95, 96%, which is what you want from a guy on that money. Average running meters took a big hit last week, but he tackled his ass off. Absolutely tackled his ass off. And his minutes, he played 44, 49, 57, 56, and 61 against the Sharks. He's done 5 offloads in his 5 matches. And he's averaging, his tackles he's making are huge. So 41 last week, 35 the week before, 41 the week before that. Running meters, 123, 161, 124, and then 48. But we had no sort of middle third possession where those guys can do that sort of stuff. So going up against his averages, he's already above his best. So the Knights, he was at like 104, 98, 107, that sort of stuff. Anyway, we will go back here. Lockie Galvin and Jerome Hughes. Maybe we'll do some stats comparison here just to see how they're going. This very experienced Daily M winner, averaging 100 running meters this year. Let's look at his 2026 season. He's averaging 100 running meters, which is pretty normal. Missed tackle. He's tackling at 82%. He's getting a fair bit of ball. He's had 7 offloads this year, 14 try assists, averaging 315 kick meters, and he scored 2 tries. Any other things we can do on him? Average of 54 fantasy points. Not that that really matters, but what's Galvin got? What's Lockie Galvin's stats going to be, guys? He's 11 years younger, played 133 games less. Lockie Galvin in 2026, he's got 4 tries. He's averaging 261 kicking meters. He's forced 13 dropouts, which is the highest in the NRL, guys. 4 try assists, 5 offloads. So obviously the try assists for Jerome Hughes, they have no trouble scoring points when they're on. And he's tackling at 91.35% efficiency. Only missing 23 out of 243 tackles. He reads the play well, and he's averaging 123 run meters. And similar fantasy scores for Lachlan Galvin as the guy who's rated was the Daily M winner and halfback of the year from last year, wasn't it?
No, that was Tedesco.
Oh, it was the year before. The year before. So there you go. So that's it, guys. Harry Hayes, Jack Undell, Alex Sami, AJ Jones. I think Alec McDonald's a good player for him. Don't know much about Gabriel Satrick. He looks like a big bopper.
As long as he doesn't get a hat trick.
Hat trick for Satrick.
Hat trick of missed tackles, maybe, but yeah.
Davey Mawali's very handy prop. We got these young guys here. Look, they're saying, "Oh, it's the same team." I think, what do they mean? Okay, they want to get rid of Tracy and Salmon. Is that what they mean? Put Birdo to centre, something like that. It's look, I think this 6-man bench will change. I think someone's dropping out of here. Maybe one's dropping out of the back 5.
Be good to see Marcelo play in the cup if he doesn't play as well.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for the guys
because he still hasn't played. He still hasn't played a game in the cup. He hasn't played for a few weeks.
In the fronty, we've got Jack Hetherington, former Bulldog, former Knight, and Josiah Pahulu, who apparently we were getting last year, mid-season, but that didn't happen. And Preston Conn, whose mum loves him very much. Sorry. God, Jed's a good-looking fella, isn't he? Bloody hell. Like his dad, Stephen.
Let's go. Let's finish a few of these chats, mate.
And then we'll go, I think.
Yep. Okay.
But just before we do, guys, we are going to do some stuff on Origin, and I'll have some videos for you on the keys to victory, and also the 2027 team list. What my team would be, my top 30, and Gas will give me his as well. We'll work it out. Oh, Scary's been a member for 12 months. Brilliant.
Yep.
Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much, Sean. That's amazing.
And he's gone to bed.
Going to bed?
Gone to bed. Okay. Jamie Humphries has been signed by the Bears. Yep. Fuller
Thanks,
would be to admit that we made a wrong call, to be honest. No, I don't think so. Because Connor can play multiple positions if required. So
exactly.
Yeah. So you don't shut yourself down. Will Kennedy be a good gem buy? Yeah, we've gone through that one as well. So let's catch up to where we were. Okay. So any reason we didn't go for drink water? Money. The Dragons have a lot of it, and they were happy to get rid of it. We don't pay that kind of money for that kind of player, guys. Too much money. Mick, you should be a football administrator, mate. Great team you've assembled. Yeah, it's all easy, mate. When there's no one else competing to sign them against him, that's easy.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I would be on massive overs. Yeah, Marnie wanted more than 600,000. The Cowboys couldn't afford to keep Drinky after Reed signed. There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Pushed out the door. I'd want Bailey Simonson from Parramatta if we gave them Churi.
You'd be hoping for. Look, but I actually think Bailey Simonson is a wonderful rugby league player, and I would have him. But the problem is he just can't stay on the field. Poor guy.
Storm have Demons losing back-to-back grand finals at Acor. Let's hope.
Yeah.
Hope so, Timmy. Yep. We spoke about that, Jag.
Jag loves the headlines, mate. He loves
that's it, mate.
He loves the headlines.
We'll call you CFO, Jag. Call you CFO, mate. Captain something obvious. Mike Cool, last time we played the Storm during Origin, we beat them 39-0 Acor back in 2013 when Sam Perrott got a hat-trick. Yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks, brother. Nice.
Remember when Ockenbaugh stampede over Cameron Smith one day if Jaden is still available for Channel 9?
And we lost that game.
I
think we lost by 2 points, didn't we?
Gus actually didn't meet Samville. That was AI Gus. No, that was Claude. D, will you stop crushing our dreams with these stats, please? Give us the positive ones, D. Bedtime, Aki. There are no other podcasts. That's it. That's it, son. Go to bed, mate. Yeah, you should be in bed already, mate. Last time we played Storm was 2021 Acor. I remember that before that. Couldn't score a point for 3 weeks straight, and I remember Luke Thompson scoring, and I cheered when we won that game. Yep, that's it. That's when Luke finally hit the field, mate. Didn't play a lot for us. Latrell Fing. I know he's been playing a bit of halves, but can cover fullback as well. No, we don't do utilities, mate.
Latrell Fing's an awesome talent. That's what I mean. Yeah. We're developing these kids that are elite in their age group.
Me and my family were one of the only people at that game when it was only about 5,000 people there. Yeah. Nothing.
Oh, here he goes.
Hilly. Bit hilly where you are, buddy. It's Harry, the body that worries me. They look depressed. They don't look depressed. They're just out of form. Just one win, guys. One win and we're back.
When you're down by 30, you're going to look pretty fucking depressed.
The Silva's doing well for his age. Kept Para in, but he's a out and out hooker. So he's supposed to be seasoned. You know, like Bailey's only just started doing this role. So when people are trying to compare him, this guy was touted as a up and coming hooker all the way through. But my biggest challenge with him is that he seems to be constantly on the nose with Moses, and I think he still goes the other way too many times against Moses screaming for the ball sometimes.
Look, Bailey's gone the wrong way probably 2 or 3 times in the last 3 games, but they all fucking do.
That's it.
It's all in hindsight. And the other thing with Bailey is he does need to engage the defenders a bit more on either side. But the problem is you need the ruck for that. and they've sort of worked out how to slow down and set their line and get us slowed down. So
Scary's got Story doesn't like the Storm of the Donkeys, most disliked. Old fella Dave, hey, I liked Lachlan Lewis. We actually had some go in us when he was on the field and playing well. Always thought he must have knocked off Barrett's sister or something and he wouldn't play him. Andy, we still want our speaker back. Yeah. Oh, is that yours, Andy? Looking forward to Tuala and Galvin getting closer again, working well. against Penrith. Yes.
It did.
Yes. He
And when
punched-
we
how many
opened
times
up,
did he
when we
poke
made
his
him
nose
have
through?
to, when we
Mm.
had that speed and penetration going, I love saying that, on one side of the field, it then opened it up on the other side for early ball.
That's it.
Just-
When people put shit on that club, your default setting should be blah 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 banned. There you go.
I pretty much do, bro. I pretty much
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I pretty much do.
Can't believe how many people want to see Birdo go to fullback. Why do they think he'd be good there? Because people
Because
just wanna
I
throw
hear
in crazy
somebody
crap.
say it. I don't know.
That's it.
People have their thoughts and opinions.
It's all right. We have enough water on the sideline. G'day, James Teasdale. I'm banning myself from any social media after any Bulldogs game. Oh, you're going to do what the Bulldog players do. I love that. That's it. Jack Todd, he's back training, guys. He's
Training
around
again.
the traps. He's there. He's coming close, so it's okay. How can you keep gas and stay under the cap?
Third-party agreements, bro.
That's it, mate.
That's it.
That's it.
Do you know, Matty?
No, not sure. Don't think so. I don't like the Stormy Donkeys either.
All right.
Well, guys, I think it's been a great night. Michael, you can collate later on the totals. You got quite a bit. And again, for everyone that wasn't sure, happy birthday in about an hour and 20 minutes to Michael.
Thank you.
So game 2 in
we
Melbourne.
made, what, 135 tonight?
Yep. So a lot of people going into the draw, a lot of money raised for
tickets.
the autism support we're doing, guys. So thank you all for your support and generous donations, and wishing Michael well.
Thank you very much, everyone.
I like where Michael's put that jersey below. It feels like I'm wearing 2 jerseys there. Can you see what I'm talking about there? I'm fitting right on that jersey there. Look at that. I put my arm as if it's coming down. There you go.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for all your continued support. You're helping out a big cause as well, as making my birthday memorable. It's been great to see you all. Thanks for all your contributions. You know, and as we say, if you're someone who comes on here and you don't like us standing up for the club and standing up for the players, or giving you other things to think about, that's okay. But I just don't know the attraction with all the egos of people who want to go and watch people scream things just to make themselves feel better. Like, what have we become? A fucking nation of entitled crybabies is what we've become. And it needs to stop.
Well, it's just off. As soon as you hear the shouting, bang, it's gone. That's how it works. Bang. See ya. Next. Swipe. Dip.
Oh,
Next.
there's Ryan. Coming to Melbourne for game 2, boys.
Beautiful. There you go. Happy birthday. Awesome chat as usual. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Timmy.
And Timmy, thanks for your donation again, Timmy. I mentioned that the other night, buddy.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Brian, for your support, mate, and everything, and guys. And
we will see you tomorrow or the next day.
That's it, guys.
But we'll get some stuff out for you.
All
see
good,
you
guys.
Go the
Have a good night.
Dogs.
Go the doggies.
Thank you, Lucas. Let's go.